Welcome back everyone. In this video we will create a connection between React JS and PHP. Okay, we will use pure PHP to create a connection with the front-end React JS library. So we will not just create connection with the MySQL database. Right now in this video we just create connection with PHP. It means to pass data from front end and then return a response from PHP. So let's start. Okay, first of all you need to have XAMPP installed to use PHP, and also you need the environment for React.js. You have the app of React.js also installed. So after all these things, the setup configuration, so this is React app I have already created, and now I would like to create connection with PHP. So let's create a simple form. Okay, so let's, for example, this is a form with as, and we don't need PHP. Okay, action. Okay, sorry, just come here, and here I will have an input field. In this input field, this is type text. I will assign a name, which is name, placeholder, that is enter name, and also we can add some classes. I think Tailwind CSS is configured in this project, so I will just add padding 2 and also border. Let's now come here to the, we will create a button. Okay, submit button. Let's first of all save it and check it how it looks like. Okay, yeah, we have here an input field, so I will move that to the center. Class name, flex, justify, these are Tailwind CSS classes. Center, a margin top, for example 20. That's great. Okay, here we have an input field. Let's create a button also. So this button is to submit. Class name button, it means padding X would be like 4 or 5 6, and padding Y, for example 1, beige green, beige green 500, text white. Why we can see a button, class name beige green 500, sorry, okay, this is 500. So that's okay. Let's make it a flex column. Here I will add just a break. Okay, break tag. So just come here, magenta 4, and also let's make it, well, like that is okay. Okay, we don't move to the, we don't look for the user interface. So let's now insert some data and pass that to the PHP, and then we will return our response from PHP back. So whenever we press the submit button, we want to store first of all the input value somewhere. Okay, just come here, and I would like to create a state variable, const, for example name, set name is equal to use state hook. We will use state hook for this. The default value is an empty string. So by clicking this button, I will call a function. Just come here, I will call on submit. We will call handle submit function. Okay, let's create this handle submit function. Inside this handle submit button, what we need to do, let's first of all prevent the default submission. So after preventing that, we would like to use Axios library, okay, to pass data, or we can use fetch API also. So let's check we have the Axios installed or not. Come here to the package.json. We don't have Axios. Okay, so it means that we can't use that. If you want to install Axios, so we can simply install that. I just come here, and here I will install npm install Axios. I think I'm not connected with internet, so let's create connection. So let's install it. Press enter to install this in this project, Axios library. So let's wait. So that has been installed. So after installation, now let's use that Axios. So dot post, we will use post method to pass data. So here we need the URL. So right now we don't have a URL because I will set up the PHP, the server side, then I will write the URL. So here I will pass name, okay, the name property. So after passing that, let's use async await keywords, also asynchronous, and here I will just write const response is equal to await keyword. I will use it. Okay, I will store the response inside a response variable. So console, I will just console that. Okay, console dot log response. So I will just print the response. So now for the URL, okay, let's move to the PHP, okay, to set up the PHP. So also we need to store value inside this name. So just come here to the input field. So here I will on change, I will call create this arrow function inside this on change function, and I will call set name function, and here I will write e.target dot value. It means whatever I am writing inside this input field, that will be stored inside this name variable. So let's now for the PHP. Okay, for the PHP, you after installing XAMPP or WAMP server, let's move to the XAMPP server. Okay, to the C drive, to the XAMPP folder. Inside that, come here to the htdocs. Inside htdocs, I will create a new folder. I will name it PHP Backend. Okay, PHP Backend. So after creating this folder, now inside this I will create a file. For example, this is already an index file. I will copy this index file to come here, and I will paste that here. Okay, so let's open this index file. So open that. Let's just remove this code. I don't need this code. And this is a PHP file inside PHP Backend. And now I will write the code inside this. Okay, so to write the code, first of all, whenever we just call from frontend to the PHP backend, so we need to handle the error. Okay, cross origin error. Okay, the CORS error. So to handle that error, for that we need to write first of all header. So we will call header function. Inside that we will write access, then dash control dash allow origin. Okay, which origin are allowed here. So we need to just allow, for example, steric. It means all origins are allowed. So in production, whenever you are deploying this app, you need to write here your URL. Right now we will write steric. It means all origins are allowed. So here I will just write another, call the header function again, and here I will just pass content type. Content type is application JSON, application slash JSON, and char set and character set. If you don't write it, I think it will not give us an error. So let's write it. Okay, char set character set is equal to UTF-8. So let's close it. So this was all about the cross origin resource sharing. It means CORS error. So now let's handle the request. So for handling the request, let's use f condition, and we will use global variable server, and we will check that for request method is post. Okay, if the request method is equal to with post, if sorry, we should write it outside post. So if request method was post, so then we would like to convert the data that we pass from React JS to the PHP object. So for that, let's write, first of all, declare a variable is equal to, we will simply write JSON decode. Okay, JSON decode, to decode the data from JSON format to the PHP object. So let's write file get content. Okay, file get content function, and inside that we will simply write PHP :/input. Okay, the input that we passed. Okay, convert all of those to the PHP object. So after that, we passed just the a name property. Okay, we had name field. So how to get that? So for that, simply let's write name is equal to data name. Okay, so we will just retrieve the name property like this. So after retrieving the name property, now let's return our response. Okay, we will turn that back to the response. So response is equal to so we will declare an array. Inside this array we will have first of all status. Okay, the status is okay or not. Status that is equal to, okay, the success. Okay, it means status is success, and the second property will be message. So in message we will pass hello dot. Okay, we will just use now name property dot like from PHP, for example, simply like this. So it was our array. Now let's return back the response. So to return the response, for that we will use echo statement. We will use JSON decode. Okay, back encode. We will now use the encode function uh, to just convert this PHP object. Okay, this PHP object to the JSON format. So for the simple write response. So that's it. Okay. But if there was an error, okay, if here was an error, so what we need to do, we will simply write else, and inside this block we will simply write echo, that is JSON. We will use encode, and here we can simply pass something like just a message. Okay, we will just pass, let's write just success. We will simply pass, let's come here, we'll just copy these two properties, we'll paste them here, and this is false. Error occurred. That's it. Okay, simple like this. Here we should write semicolon. I think so. That's it. Okay, this is our PHP script that we wrote. Now let's come here. Okay, how to copy the path? Okay, to copy the path, for that simply just come here, and we would like to just come here back to the browser, and here we will write localhost, because our sorry, this is simply come here to the PHP my admin. Okay, so instead of this dashboard, we will move to the folder that we created. Okay, we created a PHP backend. Just come here, and we will write PHP backend index.php, simply like this. Okay, we just received this message. It means that this path is okay. Copy this path and paste that inside this React.js here. Okay, in the post, paste that here. Let's save that, and whenever we receive the response, so we will print the response on console. So let's come here, back to the React app, and we will move to the console what we are retrieving from server side. And let's write here a name field. Okay, for example, let's write Yusuf Khan. Okay, let's press the submit button. So we received an error access to, this is a cars error, has been blocked by cars policy. Okay, this is again the cars error. So let's come here to the PHP script, and we would like to just the header function access control allow origin. I will just check that if there was any error, so I will solve that. Okay, the error is just here inside the header. Okay, functions. Yeah, the error has been solved just by adding this header. Okay, the access control allow headers content type. Okay, just by adding this, it will solve the error. Everything is okay. So now let's refresh and check that. Okay, just come here back, and here we would like to write our name, press submit button. So we received the response, that is okay. So now let's print the response down from the button. Okay, so let's print that. Just come here, for example, here I would like to print the name. Okay, the name proper, the response that I have returned. Okay, so whenever I return a response, I would like to write that somewhere. Okay, let's just write here const response name, set response name, for example. Okay, is equal to use state by default, nothing inside this. And whenever I return response, so let's write set response name response dot data dot message. Okay, I would like to just print the write the a message inside that. Okay, I think that is not in array. Data dot message. Okay, dot data dot message, response dot data dot message, that is okay. So let's now print that here, response name, simple like that. Let's check that now. Sorry, where I came, just come here, and let's write my name, submit that. So look at hello Yusuf Khan from PHP. So we received that response. Okay, this is the response that we received. So let's change that. Code with Yusuf, for example, press submit button. Look at hello code with Yusuf from PHP. So it was all about how to create connection, pass data to the PHP, and return response back from the PHP. So it was all about this. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe our YouTube channel. Thanks for watching.